Before there were rings, before there were dark towers, there was fire that could speak. And when the world refused to end, that fire learned to wait. Welcome to the Grey Havens Hour. Today, we begin a longer journey, not with Smaug, not with gold, but with the deeper question that makes Smaug possible at all. What are dragons in Tolkien's world? Not where do they come from in a timeline, but what kind of world creates them, and what happened to them as that world changes. Because in Middle-earth, monsters do not simply disappear. They adapt, they diminish, and in doing so, they reveal something about evil itself. To understand Smaug, we must first go back to a time when dragons were made to end the world. In Tolkien's mythology, evil does not invent life. It cannot. Creation belongs to the one alone. Everything else is rearrangement, distortion, mockery. This is why the great enemies of Middle-earth do not build, they twist. Under Morgoth, the world is not replaced. It is broken and bent out of shape. Dragons belong to this pattern. They are not a people with a culture. They are not a species that evolved. They are a corruption. Life shaped into an instrument of ruin. Fire, once the guarded flame of home, is turned outward and made to devour. From the beginning, dragons are not neutral forces of nature. They are intentional. They exist to unmake. The first dragon is not remembered for his wings. He is remembered for his words. Glaurung, the father of dragons, is not merely destructive. He is articulate. He speaks, he reasons, he lies. And more dangerously still, he understands people. Glaurung does not simply kill his enemies. He studies them. He enters their thoughts. He twists memory, loyalty, and love against itself. This is Tolkien showing us something essential. Dragons are not terrifying because they burn cities. They are terrifying because they tell you who they are and make you believe them. From the beginning, dragon-fire is not only flame, it is speech. Dragons are long-lived. They carry grudges across generations. Their hatred is not reactive, it is accumulated. Unlike orcs, who are bred in numbers and spent without care, dragons are singular. They endure. They do not throne the world, they wait for it. This makes them something more than weapons. They become living memories of ancient malice, embodied history that refuses to fade. A dragon does not merely attack a place, he remembers why it matters. In the first age, dragons are made for apocalypse. Their purpose is simple: to break kingdoms, to end bloodlines, to erase the future by terror. They are creatures of total war. But then something unexpected happens. The world does not end. Morgoth fails. The Great War collapses, and the dragons survive. This is the turning point, because evil that outlives its purpose must adapt. Dragons can no longer burn continents. They can no longer stride openly across the world as engines of final ruin. And so they change. They settle. They sleep. They hoard. This is not weakness. This is evolution under constraint. Fire is no longer used to erase the world. It is used to clear space. A ruined city becomes a lair. A dead kingdom becomes inheritance. Where dragons once sought annihilation, they now seek possession. And this changes everything. A hoard is not just wealth, it is frozen history. Every coin once passed through human hands, every cup was shaped for use. Every jewel belongs to a story that was meant to continue. By sleeping on gold, the dragon does not merely steal riches, he removes them from circulation. He prevents renewal. In a diminished world, this is more devastating than conquest. The dragon no longer needs to rule the world. He only needs to keep it from moving forward. The greatest dragon in Tolkien's world appears early. Ancalagon the Black is not a late escalation. He is the summit. His fall does not usher in greater evils. It marks the beginning of decline. This is Tolkien's pattern, repeated again and again. The greatest powers belong to the earliest ages. What comes later is smaller, but not gentler. Middle-earth does not become safer, it becomes quieter. And in that quiet, monsters learn new ways to endure. As the world shrinks, evil becomes intimate, terror narrows. It moves from continents to valleys, from ages to lifetimes, from nameless dread to something you can point to on a map. The dragon no longer ends history, he inserts himself into it. He becomes a presence, a name spoken carefully, a shadow over trade routes, a memory that shapes decisions. This is the world Smaug will inherit, but not yet. By the time Smaug appears, dragons no longer exist to end the world. They exist to be remembered. They exist to be named, to be admired, to be feared, not as myth, but as a neighbour. Smaug will matter, not because he is the greatest dragon who ever lived, but because he is perfectly fitted to a world that has already grown smaller. In the next episode, we finally meet the dragon who knows his worth and insists that the world acknowledge him. Until then, may your memory remain living. May your words remain free, and may you remember that not all evils roar, some simply wait.